I ain't never made a call to Diddy. I got Diddy's number, just hit him up. Yo, Diddy, what up? Never happened.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say?
This is a tight one, and the winner is Eminem.
When a hip-hop mogul worth hundreds of millions and a megachurch bishop who preaches to 30,000 people every Sunday end up named in the same federal lawsuit, you know the story goes deeper than anyone imagined. What started as whispers about inappropriate parties has exploded into allegations of blackmail, hidden cameras, decades-old abuse claims, and a web of power that connected some of the most influential figures in entertainment and religion. What you're about to discover might change how you see celebrity power forever. The evidence keeps stacking up, the witnesses keep coming forward, and at the center of it all is a question nobody saw coming. What was Bishop T.D. Jakes really doing at Diddy's parties? 50 Cent has never been shy about his feelings toward Diddy, but most people assumed it was just typical hip-hop beef. Competitive energy, social media jabs, maybe some old industry grudges. Turns out, 50 was playing a much longer game. While everyone thought he was just trolling on Instagram, he was systematically dismantling Diddy's entire future. He revealed he's made 3 calculated moves to ensure Diddy never walks free or regains power. First, he personally reached out to legal teams representing Diddy's alleged victims and provided funding for 7 people who had stayed silent for years. He didn't just write checks. He brought in top criminal attorneys, the kind with track records of taking down powerful abusers. Second, and this is where it gets ruthless, 50 started buying up Diddy's potential post-release business deals 2 years before Diddy was even sentenced. By the time Diddy got locked up and still had hope of rebuilding his empire, every major partnership had already been quietly severed. No comeback tours, no brand deals, no media ventures. 50 made sure the doors were shut before Diddy even realized he'd need them. Third, 50 claims he's sitting on evidence that goes back 30 years, complete with victim testimonies from over a dozen people Diddy allegedly tricked, threatened, or violated. This isn't just gossip or hearsay. This is an organized archive that could keep Diddy locked up far beyond his initial sentence. When asked if it seemed harsh, 50 didn't hesitate. Diddy destroyed lives for decades, so a few extra years in prison is mercy compared to what his victims endured. The message was clear: Diddy isn't coming back. But 50 Cent wasn't the only person watching Diddy's empire crumble. Someone else had been pulled into the scandal, someone nobody expected. Bishop T.D. Jakes is not some small-time preacher. He's the founder and senior pastor of the Potter's House, a megachurch in Dallas with over 30,000 members. He's written best-selling books, produced films, advised presidents and celebrities, and built a personal fortune estimated between $20 and $30 million. For decades, he's been seen as a moral authority, a spiritual giant in the Christian community. His influence extends far beyond the pulpit. He's been a counselor to entertainers, athletes, and politicians. He's appeared on Oprah, hosted conferences attended by tens of thousands, and was considered untouchable in terms of reputation. That image started cracking when his name appeared in a federal lawsuit against Diddy, and then the cracks became chasms. Sources say Jakes has been under immense stress, at one point nearly collapsing on stage during a sermon. Those close to him claim he's terrified of being dragged deeper into the legal nightmare surrounding Diddy. His congregation, the people who've trusted him for years, are now questioning everything. And the most troubling part? He's remained almost completely silent about the allegations. That silence is starting to look like something more than caution. It's starting to look like fear. So how did a man of God end up entangled with a hip-hop mogul accused of sex trafficking, abuse, and maintaining a network of hidden surveillance to blackmail celebrities? According to Lil Rod's federal lawsuit, Diddy didn't just throw parties. He strategically cultivated relationships with powerful, respected figures to rehabilitate his public image. And T.D. Jakes was allegedly one of those figures. The lawsuit specifically names Jakes and claims Diddy used the bishop's religious influence to soften the blow from Cassie Ventura's explosive lawsuit. In November 2023, Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed a lawsuit alleging years of physical abuse, emotional manipulation, and sex trafficking. The allegations were so damning that Diddy settled within 24 hours. But the damage was done, his reputation was in free fall, sponsors were fleeing, and federal investigators started taking a very close look at his activities. That's allegedly where T.D. Jakes came in. Reports suggest Diddy made substantial donations to the Potter's House, and in return, Jakes provided him access to new social circles and a veneer of religious credibility. It's the oldest playbook in the world. If you're accused of being a monster, align yourself with someone seen as holy. In March 2024, federal agents raided Diddy's mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. They found guns, drugs, electronics, and something even more disturbing: evidence of extensive surveillance systems. Safes were opened, drawers emptied, documents scattered everywhere. Diddy's associate, Brendan Paul, was arrested at the Miami airport and charged with drug possession. The feds weren't messing around. This wasn't a civil matter anymore. This was a federal sex trafficking investigation. And T.D. Jakes' name kept appearing in documents, kept getting mentioned by witnesses, kept surfacing in ways that made it impossible to ignore. The business arrangement between Diddy and Jakes might have seemed transactional at first, but witnesses started saying they'd seen something far more troubling. Multiple people have come forward claiming they saw T.D. Jakes at Diddy's parties. Not charity events, not church functions, Diddy's infamous all-white parties in the Hamptons, the kind of gatherings that have become legendary for excess, secrecy, and behavior that would make a televangelist's congregation faint. One witness, known as Gandalf, confirmed Jakes' attendance and asked the question everyone's thinking: why would a prominent religious leader be so closely linked to someone like Diddy? Another former associate who attended these parties explained the evolution of Diddy's events. Early on, inappropriate behavior happened in secret, behind closed doors in separate rooms. People knew what was going on, but it wasn't in the open. Over time, though, things changed. Inhibitions disappeared. According to this witness, men were openly kissing men, drugs were everywhere, and the whole atmosphere became something no religious leader should be anywhere near. The associate also detailed Diddy's drug use timeline. Initially, Diddy was almost clean. No weed, no cigarettes, no cocaine. He'd have substances available for guests, but he wasn't indulging. That changed when he got hooked on painkillers. After that, his behavior spiraled. He started drinking hard liquor instead of just champagne, and the parties got darker. During federal raids, investigators reportedly found over 250 hidden cameras throughout Diddy's properties. Not security cameras, hidden recording devices in private rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, little micro cameras and bugs that guests would never notice, especially if they were under the influence. The implication is chilling. Diddy allegedly recorded everything. Every compromising moment, every drug-fueled mistake, every private encounter. And if the allegations are true, he used that footage as leverage. Witnesses claim this is why so few celebrities have defended Diddy despite his massive network. They're not staying quiet out of loyalty. They're terrified of what might be on those tapes. T.D. Jakes is reportedly among those deeply concerned about what federal agents now have in their possession. But the allegations against Jakes don't start with Diddy, they go back much further. Whether T.D. Jakes was a willing participant, a naive associate, or someone who got blackmailed into silence may never be fully known. The evidence is complicated, the testimonies conflict, and the truth probably lies somewhere messy and uncomfortable. But the larger story here is undeniable. For decades, powerful men operated with impunity, using money, influence, and alleged blackmail to keep their secrets buried. Victims stayed silent out of fear, shame, or the belief that no one would believe them. Now, thanks to brave individuals coming forward, federal investigations, and people like 50 Cent who refuse to let it go, that era is ending. The tapes are being examined, the patterns are being exposed, and accountability is coming. The Diddy T.D. Jakes scandal isn't just a celebrity gossip story. It's a window into how power corrupts, how systems protect abusers, and how long it takes for justice to finally catch up. What do you think? Was T.D. Jakes a victim of Diddy's alleged blackmail scheme? Or was he an active participant in a world he knew was wrong? The evidence keeps mounting, witnesses keep talking, and as those 250 tapes get analyzed, the truth might be more complicated and more disturbing than anyone imagined. One thing's for sure, when this all finally goes to trial, the fallout will be historic.